Chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
In spice! You guys saw how that was like the same thing? He said chocolate, I said pumpkin spice. Alright, moving on. Alright guys, welcome to your Resident Nerdy Girl channel. Today I'm here to talk about the pumpkin spice palette that Too Faced launched. I love this palette. But before I get into that, I want to talk to you guys about my channel. I am your residential nerd girl. I talk about everything girly, I talk about everything nerdy, I talk about everything in between, and I talk about everything both. Because there is such a thing as nerdy girl makeup. That's a thing that we're going into. For example, the Harry Potter Ulta collab. That's a nerdy girl makeup right there that I will be doing a video on. So definitely go check that out. It hasn't been posted yet, but it will come out. Other things that I have done. I've already done a Spanglish palette by Alamar Cosmetics. So go check that out right now. I've done a Mulan movie review for the 2020. I've done some Yu-Gi-Oh unboxings that you guys can definitely go check out as well. I'm gonna be doing more Yu-Gi-Oh unboxings, so keep a lookout for that. I'm gonna be doing a SpongeBob Hipdot collab review and unboxing, so go look out for that. I'm gonna be doing again more Yu-Gi-Oh unboxing, and my new thing that I'm gonna be doing, which I'm very excited about, is the Supernatural recaps for each season. I'm going to be coming out with a video series about that. Should hopefully have all 15 seasons before the October release date. If not, I'm definitely going to get it before the November series finale. I'm so excited to see the Winchesters having an ending. As much as I love them, as much as I loved going through their journey, they've been needing an ending for a while now. But anyways, so keep a lookout for that. If there's any other topics you guys want me to cover, leave a comment down below. And let's just get into this review, shall we? All right. The pumpkin spice palette. So it comes in this box, which I first showed. And this is the palette. My biggest critique of the Too Faced pumpkin spice palette is the fact that it doesn't come in a pie shape. So we're like, but maybe they would have given us less product. I mean, they could also give us less product for a lesser price. I know, revolutionary. I know, I'm a rebel like that, ladies and gentlemen. But I would have liked that, or they could have given us like a round palette. I mean, they've done it. They've given us a round palette before, so I don't know why they just couldn't. Wait, or was that Tarte? That was Tarte. Oh my goodness. Has Too Faced ever given us a round palette? I have to look into that. But yeah, so one thing to know, if you're not a big fan of the Too Faced formula, so the thing is, this is not a brand new concept. This is not even a brand new formula, and it's also not a brand new concept. So keep that in mind. What I mean by it's the same formula, if you've already tried a Too Faced cosmetic palette and you don't like it, you're not gonna like this palette because it's the formula. The formula is not the best high-end brand formula. The Too Faced palettes, they're very gimmicky. So, for example, my very first palette that I ever bought, very first makeup palette I ever bought was a coffee, which I have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. I have the coffee palette that they came out with like 4 to 5 years ago. I still have it, which is why I always have a sweet spot for Too Faced, because thanks to them, I learned how to do makeup. Yes, I'm still learning how to do makeup. I am not a makeup expert. I am not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast and a makeup lover and a collector, which is why I bought this palette. But this one was my very first, and it's gonna be very hard to say goodbye. I'm gonna have to retire this palette very soon because look at it. With that being said, these are very long lasting. Like the formula for this is still the exact same. It hasn't changed over time. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys where you notice that your eyeshadows don't feel the same as they had like maybe a couple of years ago. This one, the consistency stays the same. It hasn't changed, which I love. So that's like pro to them that they know how to make long lasting eyeshadow palettes. Should you have an eyeshadow palette like I did for 4 to 5 years? Nope, but I do. And I haven't used it in a minute, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna retire these. It still smells like coffee. I'm just waiting for Too Faced to come out with another coffee collection. I would love that. Just so I can retire this the way it should be retired, with a brand new palette. Some of you guys are like, you already got a pumpkin palette, but they're not the same. But you know, if I ever decide to retire the ginger palette, I could replace it with a pumpkin because they are very similar. So that's what I was saying. If you guys are looking for something new and revolutionary that Too Faced has done, This is not it because look at it. They are very similar. This one smells like gingerbread man. Yes, it does. Actually, not really. It smells like vanilla. This one smells like vanilla, but this does smell like pumpkin spice, which is why I love it more. Why I am here for the pumpkin spice palette because it smells like pumpkin spice. If you're someone who knows the difference between aquamarine and turquoise, you're gonna love the differences that both of these palettes have because they are different. They're not the exact same thing. They did not copy and paste this palette. They've altered certain things and they've have different hues. Like this palette, this one has more orange tones, which I find hilarious because it's a very Christmassy themed palette. Than this one, which is a pumpkin palette, because the very orange tones are the top four right here. And that's actually one of my favorite things about this palette because I don't like the color orange. And you guys are like, didn't you just get a pumpkin palette? I'm like, yes. I love pumpkin spice, but I don't like the color orange. What can I say? I love fall, but I don't like the color orange. What can I say? But yes, so I really appreciate the fact that it wasn't too orangey. The most orange color was the pumpkin spice color, which of course it had to be orange because it's pumpkin spice. My favorite color is Oh My Gourd. It's this like cute little pinky one right here. And I also love the name. It's my favorite name of the palette. I also love this. My second favorite has to be Fall Vibes because of that gold. Look at that sexy gold. Look at it. Look at it. Sexy gold. Yes. Now my fingers look like Cheetos. But yes, I did really enjoy this palette. It's very, if you're brand new to makeup, so if you haven't had a chance to get a Too Faced palette, or you've never had a chance to buy like a formal eyeshadow palette, and maybe you're still playing with the Maybelline Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, which I haven't tried them in a minute, so I think I've heard that the formula has changed. But last time I did, the formula wasn't that good, and they were not, I mean, I would not recommend Maybelline palette from my prior knowledge. I might have to buy a new one to check it out. But if you want a formal palette and you want something fun and you love pumpkin spice and you're basic biatch like I am, because yes, I did get my pumpkin spice latte just to do this video and just to get this palette. Like I literally bought this palette and went to go pick up a pumpkin spice latte. That's exactly what happened. And I have no shame because I'm a basic biatch. So if you're a basic biatch and brand new to makeup, you're gonna love this palette because it's so playable. Like you can make any look and not screw it up. Which is one of my favorite things. So if you're a beginner, like look at my makeup look right now. So yeah, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can we talk about this eyeliner? Kat Von D, ladies and gentlemen, all day. This is the best eyeliner I've ever done in my life. But so yeah, that's my makeup look. Up close and personal. Having a horrible hair day. It stayed on pretty well, considering the fact that I didn't even use a really good primer, eyeshadow primer, so definitely something to keep in mind. The only thing is by the 5-hour mark, it had already kind of melded together, like the colors have already, like, they blended more than what I've originally intended them to be blended like. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. So just a quick look out. Use a good, for any Too Faced palette, I've noticed you have to use like Urban Decay primer. I haven't tried, if they have an eyeshadow primer, I haven't tried it because I love the Urban Decay. So I'm the type of person when I like something, especially something like that, like a primer where it's not a palette, I'll just keep it and just keep reusing it. So I'm satisfied with the Urban Decay primer. It stays on like glue, like where I want it to be, it stays. It's moved throughout the day, but the colors are still pretty vibrant. Everything else has stayed. It's pretty much after the 5-hour mark, it stayed exactly the same. I guess. So yeah, I would recommend this for a beginner and for someone who likes pumpkin spice. If you don't like pumpkin spice and you don't like the smell of pumpkin spice, you're not gonna like this because the smell, like you guys have said, I had that for 4 to 5 years. It still smells like coffee. So this one's still gonna smell like pumpkin for 4 to 5 years. So if you don't like pumpkin spice, don't get this palette. But if you do, you're gonna love this palette. If you already like the Too Faced formula, you're gonna like this palette. Now here's the thing. This palette costs $49. Do we have $49 to be spending on a fun palette? No, even I didn't have that money. But because again, I've been in quarantine and just been less spending, because I'm not going out anymore. So I've had the luxury to be able to purchase this palette at full retail price. Because let me tell you this, if you really want this palette, but don't want to spend the $49 to get this palette, Just wait till it gets to TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It's gonna get there. It's gonna either get there like around December or March. Do not quote me on these dates. These are just guesstimates from what I've seen. I mean, I already got the watermelon palette that Too Faced launched, and I believe they're still selling it. The last time I checked, which was like a couple of days ago, they were still selling it on their website, and I already got it at Marshalls after it had been marked down. So this will launch there at some point. I don't know if it'll be next year. I don't know if it'll be like in December, but it's gonna get there. So be on the lookout for that. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So when you go to check out if it's gonna be in TJ Maxx or Marshalls, wear a mask. Again, probably around December. Don't expect too soon. Like it just launched this weekend, Labor Day weekend. So just be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So for full retail price, I would not recommend it. For TJ Maxx, yes. If you love fall and want to get it now, go for it. I mean, splurge if you can splurge. Also, I got mine at Ulta and it came free with this. So when you go to your Ulta, I mean, they gave it to me without me having to ask, and I didn't even know that they were giving this away, but I just wanted to let you guys know in case, because I mean, I get it. We're all human. We sometimes forget. So when you get this at Ulta, ask for it. I don't know if it's a Sephora, they're doing the same thing, because I do know that Too Faced and Sephora and Ulta do different things. So keep that in mind. I guess that's it for my pumpkin spice latte. Also, this could have been a latte. I mean, if they really want to go for the rectangular, they could have been. Like, that's my biggest critique was the packaging. Other than that, I loved it because I do enjoy the Too Faced formula. It's very simple and very playable. So I can't critique that. But other than that, that was my biggest critique was the packaging. Oh, one last thing before I end this. Besides the palette, this was a collection. So I again I said this, but I got this before this weekend when they just launched this. So they didn't even have a full display on yet at Ulta. So they only had it at the register. So I only saw the lipstick and the palette. And when I looked at the lipstick, the color was just like crisp. Now, for me, that color does not scream fall. Okay, it screams like right after December when it's about to be spring, and it's not fully spring yet. So like that's the color that it screams, not fall. Which is why I ended up using this lipstick for this look. Because this is the Chocolate Kiss lipstick by Besame Cosmetics. I love their formula for lipsticks. So if you're looking for a very durable lipstick, not a liquid lipstick, because liquid lipsticks are very different. But if you're looking for a durable lipstick that's gonna last a really long time throughout the day, Besame Cosmetics, they're amazing. And I don't even follow their full procedure because there's a procedure where you have to blot it. I mean, I don't do that. I'm like a one and done type of person. I just put it on and it still lasts for a long time. I mean, look at this Starbucks cup. It's got lipstick all over, and look how it looks. It still looks pretty much the same. After I think the 3-hour mark, you'll have to retouch. So Chocolate Kiss Besame Cosmetics, the one I'm using today. If you guys wanna get yourselves. So go ahead, do that, and I'll actually put a link down below in case you guys want to get that. So yeah, that was another thing why I didn't get the lipstick for the pumpkin spice collection, and I think that's it for my review. All right, you guys, make sure, remember, like I mentioned, check out those videos that are coming up, and subscribe. You know, that's how you're going to be able to check those out, right? By subscribing. If you guys have any more things you want me to talk about, leave a comment down below. I mean, it's YouTube, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what's up. All right, and I think that's it. Thank you for watching your Resident Nerdy Girl channel. See you guys in the next video.